Hewlett, that fitness freak that I am. Hardly. Anti-fitness freak? What is the opposite of a fitness freak? Lazy slob, perhaps? Great sweaty beast. This is my Burn&Learn. This is my bit to stay alive and fit long enough to enjoy my retirement years with my fabulous son and my wonderful, brilliant, beautiful wife, Jane, and our menagerie of pets. Pets. Boy, I had a total grump attack. I went full McKay with the dog today. Just did the dog walk. It was cold. I'm slipping around on the ice. I got home. I was like, oh, what happened? I just did not want to live in Toronto in the winter with a dog. This is why I didn't want it. The whole thing. Whiny, full on McKay. So people say, am I like McKay? Yes, I am, because that's what I do. I have little temper tantrums like that. Let's get on the chat here. Hello, Becca Haskell and Cinepunk and Wholesome Vampire and Psycho Liz. Psycho Liz, boy, you're really setting people up on that. So I need to do some exercise. So I did 32 minutes. I did my 6.8 kilometers of rowing. It was miserable. It's not getting any better. In fact, today I would argue that today was one of the worst I've ever had to do. I did not like waiting for that 31-minute mark was just freaking miserable. And not recommending it to anybody today. I'd say if you want to take a day off, today's the day to take off, because man, it just felt weird. Had a weird day today. I don't know what the deal is with Bass, because I guess Bass went back to school and I miss him, and we got Christmas coming up, and I just feel like I've sort of let the side down on that. Like there's a lot to do there, and it's everything's so freaking expensive this year. It's just kind of crazy. Anyways, okay, so that's my bod humbugs to you. Interesting learn part of the Burn&Learn today. Back on the selfish gene, talking about the idea that that we have this computing system that is making decisions for us. Our brain is making decisions for us. How does that relate to the genes that are supposed to be the selfish ones that are supposed to be replicating themselves? So just really interesting sort of working this stuff through, where he's talking about, how computers have virtual machines, which are basically machines that run on, unintuitive hardware, then becomes sort of intuitive for our way of thinking. I mean, he uses the Mac as the example, where you got little sliders, and there's obviously all the GUIs, the graphical user interfaces are all like that now. But the idea that computers create this sort of virtual machine that is more familiar to us and is a better interface for us with the computers, and then that the gene is doing that with the brain, and that we must not forget, or perhaps maybe it's not even accurate, but that his point is we need to think about these things, that we are seeing a virtual machine. We are seeing a presentation of all of these things happening in our body. So it feels like things are happening in some kind of sequence, but there's a very good chance that a lot of this stuff is happening in parallel, and we are having a simulation of a single stream of activity. He talks about like parallel computing and serial computing. Serial, is that right? Serial? Yeah, serial and parallel. So serial computing would be doing one task after the other, and you can sort of fake it to make it look like it's doing multiple things by jumping between different tasks. But it's going so fast that us little brains, us human brains, can't keep up with it. So it seems like it's doing multiple things at the same time. Or you have true parallelism, when you have got multiple computing cores all doing different things at the same time. Those are actually doing things all at the same time. And that how we started with these serial systems and then made them pretend to be parallel. And what he's suggesting is that potentially the genes in the creation of brains, and the idea of being able to use these brains to create simulations for us, that these are actually parallel systems, highly complex parallel systems that we would not be able to comprehend, that have been virtual machined into looking like a serial system that's happening, one thing's happening after the other. So kind of, I mean, the guy's really smart. It's really interesting. Boy, is he arrogant, but man, he's got some really cool stuff there. I really like the idea, though. He's talking about simulation, that potentially our brains were, we don't know for sure, but potentially a big part of the reason why we have brains and develop brains as a species was because we needed to simulate things. It was much better for us to simulate situations in our brain than it was to try them out in the real world, because obviously in the real world you could get killed, and also it takes time. Whereas in your brain, you can sort of run things in a faster way. He talks about sort of, if you've got to go down to the water hole to get water, and it's dangerous because that's where all the predators are hanging around waiting for people to get to the water hole. Is it better to get really, really thirsty and then rush down, drink as much as you possibly can, and rush back out of there? Problem being your head's down for longer, you're drinking for longer, you're there for a longer period of time, potentially more likely to get taken out. Or is it better to just sort of keep running in and doing sort of like hit and runs? Run in, take a little sip, run in, take a little sip, that kind of stuff, whether that's the best way to do it. And how do you figure that out? Well, you could try it. And then, if you get killed, that didn't work. But a simulation allows you to sort of run that in your head and see what may or may not, come into play. And then, of course, we've gone one step further, create a computer that can do that itself. So that was the gist of this part of the Selfish Gene. Like I say, I'm really enjoying it. It's funny, I didn't really feel like it today. I was like, I didn't feel like exercise. I didn't feel like anything today for that matter. It's been a miserable day. Weird, really weird. It's been cold, grim. Cold, grim, as my friend used to call it, a grim gray day. Interesting news for you. I didn't even know if I want to confess this because I just feel like such an idiot. And maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm in such a bad mood. I did our Tech Bandits thing yesterday. I did our Tech Bandits pancake breakfast, which is where I go to the community center. This time it was a new community center, which is fantastic. Down by the lakeshore, look out over the lake. It's absolutely stunning. Still has the same bad electrical system. We still can't plug more than a couple of griddles in without blowing a fuse, which is bizarre because it's a brand new building. But anyways, I guess there was I think we had like at 1.6 griddles going. So it's probably all in one circuit. So yeah, maybe not, whatever. I was just surprised they were still having a problem with this new place. Anyway, so I volunteered to go down there and I bring a bunch of the little 3D print things, which were a huge hit, by the way, huge hit. They loved Derpy Tiger from K-Pop Demon Hunters, the little 3D prints that I did. They loved the little Pikachus. They loved the little Charmanders. They were eating them up. They weren't eating them up. Actually, one of them tried to eat it, and I said, maybe you shouldn't do that. But really enjoyed that. I'm so happy I had that. But here's the thing. I brought my pancake bot. I spent the entire of Friday configuring and mastering that pancake bot. I had the batter at the perfect consistency with no bumps or bits in it that would get stuck. I had the printer running at the right speed. I had numerous fun little images to do that I had tested and tested and tested. I had the right temperature setting. I had everything. I was like 120% ready to do this. I pack it all up. I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning because we have to be there. We have to leave at like 8:30 or whatever. So I get up, I get all my stuff together. Jane, the fabulous Jane, joins me and gets up, drags her butt out of bed like me. We go to this place in godforsaken, windswept -10 Toronto. We go into this place. It's like a freaking palace. I'm like, this is heaven. I want to live here. And printer won't read the files. The pancake printer is working perfectly like it was. But for some reason, it will not read the SD card. I think, oh, okay, that's good. I'm a guy. I'm a MacGyver. I got this sorted out. I'll put another card in. I put another card in. Won't read the card. I go, that's weird. Maybe there's something wrong with the card. I put it in my computer. Works fine on the computer. Try someone else's computer. Works fine on the other computer. The freaking SD card reader is not working on the pancake bot. After a full day of working perfectly, for some reason, in the move from my house in the Uber, beautiful Tesla, by the way, very nice Tesla. We took an Uber Tesla car, and then getting it there, putting the SD card in. For some reason, something went wrong. Maybe something got jammed in there. I tried everything to get that beast working. I was so upset, and then I suddenly realized, with the help of my wife, that we have a backup plan. We always bring a bunch of these little squeezy bottles. And the pancake batter is the perfect consistency for them. It's very similar. I use them actually to test to see how the consistency is going to be like for the pancake bot. We take those, we throw food color, which we also brought in, and we all did our own. I said, okay, the robots lose. We're the robots, and the kids were the robots, and we made our own pancakes, and it was a freaking ball. Loved it. Had the best time. Just absolutely thrilled. I just felt like such an idiot loser because I couldn't get the damn pancake bot to work. I still haven't. I got it home. I managed to set up. I took it apart to make sure that there was nothing sort of wedged in there or anything. Put it back together again. Everything's working the way it should. The only way I can get it to print now is if I attach a computer to it and run it through the USB port. That's the only way to do it, which is bizarre. And you have to use separate software for it. I'm using like Pronter. I think it's called Pronter. It's basically a 3D control. It's like a CNC control software. And Miguel's done such a great job with this pancake bot. I guess I feel like I let him down too, because I was like, damn it, why is that not working? What is that anyway? So, but that said, one of the things I'm trying to work through now is like, what is it? The grant me serenity to change the things I can change and know the difference and all that kind of crap. And my wife actually said to me after, which I was kind of touched about because she knows me this well. She said, you handled that really well. That, well done for not losing the thread on that. Because normally, when I'm not aware of these things, I would go full McKay on that machine. And I'd be pissed off and I make everyone else life misery. But instead, we made jokes about it. I declared the robots, the losers. They had been conquered by the talents of these kids, and that we were going to create our own little Pikachus. It's just so frustrating because I had a little Derpy Cat that was a Derpy Cat pancake. I had a Pikachu pancake. I even had Drake's owl logo and a bunch of Blue Jay stuff. I had it all. It was like, oh man, and they were all doing so well. Anyways, I just thought it was going to blow the kids away. It turns out what blew them away was the fun of making pancakes, being allowed to work with a hot griddle, even though I was there the whole time using my arm in the way to stuff. Any kid who went to go grab a pancake with their hand, I'd get my hand in there, stop them. Had some great coffee, got free donuts, saw this amazing space. It was a great experience. It was an amazing, amazing experience, despite nothing going to plan. And I guess the lesson I learned out of this is that you're planning, good luck planning. I mean, I just think, and also Jane pointed out, she goes, the kids didn't come for robot. They came for pancakes, and they got to make their own colorful pancakes. And we showed them how to make, little Pikachus and stuff. And they all took home a little 3D printed thing that I've made. And we talked about 3D printers with their dad and stuff. And I've actually talked to the place because I said, look, I mean, I'd happily bring I got printers and all this kind of stuff, which I love using. But, I'd be more than happily set up like a makerspace there for them. And, it could be like a little Tech Bandits makerspace or something, and the kids could just come in and use it. But man, I looked at the condos. The condos are so expensive. Anyways, I'm rambling on. I can't talk for long because I've got a fabulous dinner to go to, and I'm really looking forward to it because I really need a nice big glass of wine and some good friends. That is my approach. That will cheer me up today, I think. Baz got a few more days, and I'm going to go pick him up. Which I'm a little nervous about because I don't love driving, but I'm doing it. I'm driving up, go pick him up, and then he's back for the holidays, and then I get to be the Grinch. So there you have it. There you be. That's the whole mess. And let me just say hi to everyone. Hello, Paul Brickler. Love doing science with kids. I know it's so much fun. Remember, no matter how fancy the pancake is, we're going to eat it. That's the point. Oh, Sorlag, thank you very much. $5 US. That's some serious currency. What do we got here? What's your opinion about HP computers or mini computers like Raspberry Pi? By the way, you're the best on Stargate Atlantis. I like the by the way part. Let's start with that first. Thank you. I agree. I love doing Atlantis. And I really, really hope that I listened to, did I tell you this? I listened to Garrow's interview, and I listened to Shanks's interview with Gateworld. And God, I worked with great people. Like I really, Garrow was so smart and lovely about it. I was really, and thoughtful in what he could and couldn't share and what he planned to do. I think I've said this before, but I was just very impressed. And of course, Shanks, I freaking love that guy. That guy's like, I got a man crush on Shanks. He's the best. I shall enjoy my dinner. Thank you very much, Dick Crompton. I don't know what we're having, but I'm looking forward to whatever it is. The victory here, as you walked away without third degree burns. Did I? I got a few. And my mom always said, people planning, God laughs. Yeah, that's true. If I believed in God, I would. TechBandits.com. Thank you very much. It's a full-time job. You're right. TechBandits.org. No, not .com, .org, right. TechBandits.org. Head on over there. Get yourself signed up for the email of awesomeness, because that you will keep track of everything that's going on in my little brain. I'm doing all sorts of stuff, like some sciencey stuff and some 3D printy stuff and some crazy plans. I shudder to even mention this because it's such a strange idea. Do I have it lying around somewhere? Do I have it? I don't. Have I put it somewhere else? Weirdly, I'm not that organized. I have been playing with PC fans, and the PC fan, it both blows air out and sucks air in. Well, guess what? You use that to pick up a Magic the Gathering card, lift it up, have pointed at the camera, have it recognized as what it is, and then place back down again. And there you go. That's my approach for a grabber. I'm doing like a hover grafter. Hover grabber. I want to create a hover grafter. Obviously, I need to come up with a better name that I can say. Hover grabber. A hover grabber. There you go. Hover grabber that will pick up a card, allow me to do a quick snapshot. I think probably to start, I'll just take a snapshot so I've got a database and then I can look it up after. But ideally, eventually, you'd pick it up, point it at the camera would recognize it for whatever card it is, and then add it to the list of documents. So I can actually put some of the insane amounts of cards that I have in some kind of order, and maybe pull out some good ones and I don't know, give some away or sell some or something like that. So good wine does help with many things. It's true. Richie MCI. We're probably all asking mom and dad to buy coloring and squeeze bottles now. Oh, I'll tell you. Oh my God, they probably are actually. Well, next time I'm bringing a ton of those and a ton of color, and I'm going to bring I'm going to print out a bunch of, the 3D prints again for sure. They loved that. I wondered if maybe there was something I could tie. The whole point of having both was I wanted to show them that with two axes, you can go forward and back, left and right, and you can create these little pancake patterns on it. Like you can draw basically. But with 3 dimensions, when you add the up and down as well, you can then start stacking things and building things that way. So that was the idea. And I think some of them got the idea, but and a couple of nerd dads enjoyed helping out, trying to fix the printer as well. They were like, here, try this. I've got rubbing alcohol, and we'll put some rubbing alcohol on it. Okay, fine. Hand sanitizer. We'll try that. And, so I'm sure we broke more things doing that as well. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm an extremely arrogant man who tends to think all of his pancake bots will work. It's true. It is true. Did McKay say that? What a guy. What a guy. Eating from the UK, eating right back to you, UK rock hit. William Fisher, take care. Thanks for being cool. I'm cool to the point of cold at this point because, I'm the sweatiness makes me very, very chilly. I often ask myself, what would Jane do? Exactly, Gimpy G. Exactly. Gimpy G, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to watch be a part of something fantastic, go check out Gimpy G and enjoy his adventures as well, because he's got some fun stuff going on. Lance, I'm hoping we'll be able to get together this week sometime. I'm not sure when yet, but I'll figure something out. Jim the Evo as well. Fantastic. Everybody's a plan until a pancake hits them in the face. Exactly. That was a Mike Tyson thing, wasn't it? All right, I better get out of here. David, I found the coolest antique book called The Story of Electricity circa 1914, $10 of the steal. Wholesome vampire. I'm so freaking jealous. That's great. Have you been approached by Martin for the new show in any way? No, I have not. Eric MCI, but I'm still waiting. I hope so. He talked about a number of his favorite shows, and what I loved, because I have a huge ego, was that they all were sort of McKay-centric ones, which I thought was just kind of lovely. So yeah. Yes, Garo really showed that we are understood. I thought that was a really good way of putting it, DCD. Yeah, that's it. DCD's got it. Yes, Garo really showed that we are understood. Yeah, I think they definitely do. I think they definitely do understand. He's and if he doesn't, he's certainly trying to, which is good. So, he's cooler than many of us. Will do. See you next time. Enjoy. Look forward to seeing you next print. We'll share some of my own at some point. Fantastic. Hover grabber. Yeah, it's like Gate Ship 1 all over again. It's not a gate ship, so great name anyways. Thank you, Ivan. You need to have a part below the fan that allows some air to flow. Part below the fan to let some air. Do we? The whole point is to suck it up, though, right? Do I need that? So it sucks it up. So basically, this would stay open. Or whatever. I guess it's the other way around. Probably this way. So this would grab the card, and then it would pick it up, right? So this part's sucking in, that part's blowing out, sucking in, and then flip it up if it needs to, or even just take it over. Maybe actually, it probably makes more sense just to pick it up, lift it over the camera, and then take a photo, and then drop it, go back, lift up, and keep like that, do that. I don't think it would need, you may be right, Lockwatcher. I got to think about it. I got to write it down. I got to draw it out. I got a little notebook now, so I've started doing some more. I'm trying to write. What I'm trying to do is to remember things better. I'm trying to write things down as I go. Oh my God, it's 6:04. We're supposed to be gone. Okay, bye. Techbandits.org. Go check it out, please. Sign up for the email. Get yourself some merch if you want. There's some fun McKay merch there and other stuff. And also there's a Patreon if you want to help out with things there as well. Look at that. I feel better already. Thank you very much. It is amazing how this cheers me up. Maybe it's exercise as well, but this combination of exercise and a little bit of nerddom is really fun. So thank you very much for being here and watching me all sweaty. 114 of you want to see a sweaty old Stargate guy. You guys need better things to do with your time, but I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. I'm out of here. Until we geek again, I'll say be brave, be kind, be brilliant. Cheerio. Huzzah!